name is Arunim, and I'm an incoming sophomore at Gun High School, and this is my project, The Magic Mirror. So today, just for you guys, I'm going to do something that magicians are never supposed to do, which is to reveal my secrets. So the secret's quite literally behind the magic mirror is that there's a monitor that's being controlled by a Raspberry Pi, and that's behind a piece of two-way acrylic mirror. And the two-way acrylic mirror provides the effect of the magic mirror with part of the light being reflected back at you and part of the light from the monitor being shown at you. The Raspberry Pi is basically a microcomputer that controls what you see on the monitor. And as you can see right now, it's displaying the clock, a calendar, weather forecast, and newsfeed, and some inspirational quotes down at the bottom. So you can see that the inspirational quotes and the newsfeed are rapidly updating, and the calendar is updating rapidly too, you just don't see it. But if I, for example, ask Siri to create an event, it should pop up on the calendar within a few seconds. So I'll give you a demonstration here. Create an event on the summer 2018 calendar for tomorrow at 3 a.m.
Should I schedule it anyway?
Yes.
Your appointment is scheduled for tomorrow.
And now you can see once the calendar turns off and on again, it should refresh and an appointment should show up tomorrow at 3 a.m. Now in this project I faced difficulties mainly in the calendar and weather forecast module. In the calendar module it was mainly the difficulties were mainly regarding the files that I was writing in and the syntax in JavaScript, which was a language I had never worked in before. But after a little bit of research I was able to solve that problem quite easily. And for the weather forecast it was a little bit more complicated. I needed a location ID and an API key to get the right weather forecast. An API key, for those of you who don't know, is basically something that allows two programs or computers to interface with each other. And in this case, my program was interfacing with an open source weather website on the internet. But by creating an account there, I was able to get a free API key and put that in my program. And for the location ID, it took a little bit more trouble. There was a list with a list of cities' names and location IDs for that city and those geographical coordinates for the city. And I searched for my city's name on that list, but it didn't show up. So then I had to resort to using longitude and latitude, but eventually got that figured out and found a city that was close enough for an accurate weather forecast in my weather forecast module. In my time here at BlueStamp, I learned a lot of things, especially this being my first sort of step into the field of electrical engineering and mechanical engineering. And most of all, I gained confidence in working in engineering, but not only in engineering, but also starting new projects that I don't feel comfortable with at the beginning, but I know that I can complete them now after this big success for me. So, thank you.
Are there any questions?
I have one.
Yes?
So how does the iPhone communicate with this magic mirror?
So the iPhone doesn't directly communicate with it, but Siri adds the event to my calendar, and the calendar so for the calendar I have a webcal link stored in the program, and I have that link sort of refresh every 2 seconds. So when it refreshes and it detects that there's a change in the calendar, then it refreshes the whole calendar and puts the new event there. Yeah.
So you have like weather and calendar and what's the limitation for what you can see on your magic mirror?
So it's really modular. Right now I can take out one thing and replace it with another. I think that a modification for the future I might want to add is maybe like something that could tell me whether there's lots of traffic nearby, or whether I don't know. I saw somebody else do something with Spotify, connected to Spotify to see what's playing right now and add a speaker. You can like add a UV index, all sorts of things like that.